Lightweights, today we are going to be making a Red Dead Redemption 2 ranking video on all of the gang members. But first, a word from today's sponsors. Today's video is brought to you by Domino Dreams. Domino Dreams is a relaxing digital board game that asks you to help King Richard build his kingdom. You also have these adorable little peons that you can call on for help too, and I love whenever I get to see and work with a new one. There are so many worlds to unlock and so many cool and unique things to build. In the first world when you start, it's this beautiful castle that you're building with a carriage and a road with green plains in the backgrounds. Later on, you get to build a tree fort structure with a bunch of different houses and a gorgeous throne. And there are so many different worlds that are all unique from each other that you can unlock as you progress. The game is simple to learn, but somehow balances that really well with a challenging experience. One level, I'll feel like I am the master of dominoes. I cannot be stopped. I am the best domino player that ever existed. And the next level will be a challenge level that really humbles me and brings me back down to reality. Each board has a unique layout, but there's also different challenges and unique experiences within each of the levels that really switch it up and make it feel like you're doing something different every time. With thousands of levels to get through and many peons to befriend, you'll never get bored of this game. Thank you again to Domino Dreams for sponsoring today's video, and make sure you try it out for yourself by downloading the app using the QR code below. Okay, so we have the tier list generator up, and Mr. Light's gonna look short because his chair is much shorter than mine. He's just a little baby. So we have a tier list maker up. I did not create this, somebody else made this. The only thing we did is we added Kieran because he was not in the video, or not in the pictures.
We gave him his best picture.
Yes, you'll be very happy to see what we did. So we are going to rank them based off of how much we liked the character. This is not how well they are written. This is not their usefulness in the gang. This is not, I don't know, how good of a character they were or how helpful they were in the gang. This is just, do we like them? So there's probably gonna be a little bit of debate.
Are we gonna argue and are we fighting for this? Or?
I mean, I feel like for the most part we're gonna pretty much agree, but there's probably gonna be a little bit of debate.
I would never agree with you.
Oh. Okay. Well, anyways.
Just kidding. Okay, let's go.
Okay, let's go. So obviously, should we just start with the S rank? I feel like that'll be the easiest one.
Yep,
okay. I know that's a lie. Not even gonna engage with that.
Abigail.
So obviously Arthur is going in our S rank.
The old S tier.
And then I kind of like Lenny in the S tier. I love Lenny.
Okay, so we're not going in order. We're just gonna start shouting out.
Yeah.
There's just no order, just chaos.
We're just starting S tier.
Okay.
Who else do you want?
Oh, you want to go tier by tier? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought we were just gonna go in order and kind of.
Oh well, Arthur was not first. Do you want to go in order of the pictures?
No, it's
okay.
You're probably more right.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, how do you feel about Lenny in the S tier?
I like it. I like Lenny in the S tier. I think it's a place where he deserves to live long and prosper.
I loved Lenny's character, and I was heartbroken at his demise.
Which you can watch if you want.
You can watch if you want to. Demonetize.
It's part 39. Take my word for it. No,
I'd be impressed if
it's probably part like 31.
It's got to be earlier than that for
31.
sure, because it was 40 videos total. Anyways, that's all I have for S.
That's it.
That's all I've got for S.
Those are your only S tiers.
Those are my only S tiers.
Okay.
What do you think? Anybody else?
Yeah.
Well,
I'd put John in the S tier.
it's because you played Red Dead 1 first. You have more of an attachment to John.
Oh, I just...
See, for me, I'd put John in an A. I felt like he was kind of annoying in this game.
Really? Why?
Because
he got mauled by wolves?
Yeah, duh. No, okay. I liked him. I liked him a lot more after I played Red Dead 1, but the end of Red Dead 2, I was like, what's the fuss with this John guy?
Yeah. Okay.
But I'll give you that one. I can see why he should be at an S rank, and I'm not gonna fight that one. I get it.
Okay.
I think an S rank is suitable for him, especially since I was gonna put him at A. It's not like I was gonna have him drastically down.
Yeah, I just wanted to know he wasn't going anywhere but S.
Oh, okay. I'm glad I didn't fight that battle.
I'm glad you came to
I did not die in that hill.
Okay.
This would have been a very short video. Okay, so for my A tier, I think Sadie.
Yeah.
I really liked.
I could stand with Sadie at an A. Talk about somebody who's annoying at parts.
Yeah, no, I agree. I really liked Sadie's character. I don't think she deserved an S, but I really did like her character. And I like how they let her just be a badass.
Yeah, if you said B, I'd probably go along with it. I don't hate A either. I think a tad overrated, personally.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
But I understand,
I agree with that.
I understand why people like her so much, though.
I could see B. Let's put her for A for now, and then maybe I'll come back and be convinced. Because I agree, there were times where she was annoying, but I thought at the end she was really cool, how she was like a bounty hunter and she still found a way to get justice. Like, I just thought her character was pretty cool. I
liked her, honestly, like, obviously in the beginning you really feel for her, right?
Yeah.
And then
she disappears for a bit.
Yeah, towards the end, because she's like...
grieving.
Yes, and then she starts to pick up steam in chapter 3, and then... in chapter 6, I feel like is where she really starts to shine, and then the epilogue, as you said. But like up until that point, it's like you just don't really.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, that's fair. Who else would you put in A? I have more, but I don't want to steal the conversation.
Personally, I love Javier. I would put Javier in an A tier, and because first of all, he's just in 2001, you don't. Because you were sheltered and you didn't watch anything cool. The Rock just had the it factor. He was just like the coolest guy. He had the coolest fade haircut. He just came out and you just wanted to be him. Javier has that swag. He just always looks so cool and he's so slick. And at the end, as Gabrielle Sloyer said in the interview, like he doesn't point the gun at Arthur and John in the standoff. So he's like still like, I always felt like he was still like the most not wanting to pick a side in that of anybody.
See, my gut punch reaction was like, why the hell would you want him to be in an A? But you swayed me with that because my gut punch is like, he sided with Dutch, he didn't side with Arthur, but then you're right, he didn't point his gun. He was like, yeah, I'm siding with Dutch because this is Dutch, but like, I'm also not mad at you. Like, I see where you're coming from, but I'm not gonna go with you right now. So I don't love it, but I will do it.
I mean, look at his fucking jacket. The thing's sick.
He is cool. He's cool. I'll give him that. And then the other one I would want to put at A is Hosea. I really loved Hosea. I thought he was like the conscience of the group, and I felt like Dutch really relied on him, and he kind of felt like a father figure to me when I was playing as Arthur, and I just really loved him a lot. Would you be okay with putting him at A? Yes, you would. Cool, thanks.
That's it. I don't love him at an A. I
gave you Javier.
Yeah, it's doable.
I give you Javier.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, that's probably fine.
Do you want to do F next?
Yeah, let's do F.
Obviously Micah.
Yeah, I mean, nobody likes him. Undoubtedly, somebody in the comments is going to say, Micah's so well written. Meh. This is not what this is about.
No.
Right?
Micah is incredibly well acted. His character is incredibly complex. And in terms of character writing, obviously he's not an F. But in terms of do I like him as a character, no.
No, and nobody likes him.
No.
You know what you did like about him, though?
What?
In Guarma, when he had his shirt open and his belly button was exposed, you loved that. Okay.
Okay. The other F, hold on, I had pre-made my notes so I wouldn't forget who I had at which tier. The other F I had, now this might be controversial, Abigail. I cannot stand Abigail.
Abigail sucks.
I cannot stand Abigail. You get an F, ma'am. She was annoying every step of the way, and the only part that was kind of cute is when John finally proposes in the epilogue, but even then, I'm like, girl, for real.
There's this line in Red Dead 1 when you play as Jack, spoiler alert, and you're really whipping on your horse, and you say, work, you damn nag. I feel like he must have gotten that from Abigail because all she did was nag John all the live long day, and I just couldn't stand it. I was like, who would want? I think taking the money would have been preferable. Like she's just the worst.
And I feel like with her character, he couldn't do anything right. He couldn't do anything right. So she gets an F spot for me.
Yeah. Oh, Swanson.
Yes, that's what I was gonna say too. I hate you.
So I always save his mission, which locks me out of table games. Sorry, I'm not even in the frame. Which locks me out of table games until I'm ready to actually save him. But I hated having him at camp because drunk loser self was just so terrible to listen to on repeat.
And he just he won't leave you alone.
No.
He won't leave you alone. You walk into camp and he's following you like a lost little puppy. Swanson, let me breathe.
I know.
Please.
I know.
And then my last one, which I would not have put this person here before, I don't know if it's the last stream or 2 streams ago, when you went on a rant about this character and I was like, I think you're kind of right. And then the more I thought about it, the more I was like, I think that I would want this person in the F tier. And that person is Molly.
Oh, yeah, of course. I mean, so the thing is, I got into a debate with a couple people on the stream about who the rat was, which obviously Micah was a rat. But Molly had said she met with the Pinkertons, and then everyone was like, oh, she wasn't the rat, she didn't say anything. Listen, they're professional detectives. It's their job. There's no way she didn't even unknowingly give information. You cannot convince me otherwise. I don't even care if Dan Houser himself comes out and said no. They're detectives. They got info out of this stupid idiot. Okay? Sorry, I got mad again.
I don't hate her that much, but I do agree that she probably spilled some things, even if she wasn't like the one and only the main one.
She got the ending
she didn't help.
deserved.
She didn't help.
Grimshaw let her have it.
Yeah.
Bang.
All right, now E. So E is a weird one, and we were first doing this, we were like, why is there an E? But I do like E because it's like, they're not an F, but I also find them very annoying. And again, people are going to be like, what is wrong with you? One of my first E's is Jack. He's cute at first, but I just find his character annoying. I don't care about him even at the end of Red Dead 1. Like, please don't have me play as him in Red Dead 3. I'm going to piss a lot of people off when I say that.
I just think you're touched out because you have a kid, so you can't deal with it.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, there are parts where he's really cute, and then there are parts where I'm like, Jack, please.
Like, the fishing mission with him is a good one.
So cute.
And he makes the flower necklace for, the
So
F-tier
cute.
Abigail.
Yeah. When your mom is super annoying, you've got no shot. And your dad's not really around a ton, because he's off doing Lord knows what.
Yeah, I would probably put Jack in a D tier if it was me, but, with E, I won't argue with you.
Yeah. Maybe we can move him up higher after, but my gut, when I see Jack, I'm like, oh.
We'll see the other D tiers, or E tiers, sorry, and go from there. Who do you have next?
Strauss. And see,
Yeah.
that does feel harsh putting Jack next to Strauss, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, just putting a
So,
child next to somebody that just
maybe we go like
lens.
Maybe I was being a little salty.
Yeah. Okay, so Strauss at an E I can live with.
Honestly, I would be okay with putting Strauss at an F now that I'm looking at this. But
Yep.
he's not... Okay, obviously all of them do illegal things. So you can't say, like, he's a worse guy. But, like, he's not a bad guy in terms of, like, he's lending money and then it feels ickier because it's money. But, like, he's providing for the group.
Yeah, I think the thing that they make very clear in the game is that he's lending to people that he knows are not going to be able to pay.
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
I think it's usury is what they call it.
That's fair. I forgot about that.
He's like lending to people with a 300 credit score.
Yeah. So again, maybe he goes to an F. Maybe we don't even need an E.
No, I think an E is fine because he is loyal to the gang for all that matters.
Yeah. And never treats, well, correct me if I'm wrong, but he never treats Arthur poorly. He just makes him do his ugly work, and he doesn't do it himself, which is annoying.
Well,
I remember really hating him in the game, but...
The line he said was, people are more likely to take money from me, but they're more likely to give money to you. I'm paraphrasing.
Yeah.
But
that's all I had at E.
I would say, honestly... Trelawney's kind of a son of a bitch. Like, I could have him at an E. Like, he's kind of annoying. He's kind of,
Yeah.
There is that little backstory you can find in Saint Denis about his family was interesting. But that doesn't make me think his character is any better.
No, I agree. His character was kind of annoying, and he was just, like, so wishy-washy. Like, are you part of the gang? Are you not? Like, what are you? Like, I don't know. Like, go be with your family if you want to be a family man, or be with the gang if you don't. Like, pick one. But don't come in and out.
Yeah.
Because also, like, can we trust you? I don't know.
Probably not.
Probably not. He probably also was sort of a rat. Who knows?
This is probably a lukewarm take. I wouldn't say it's a hot take, but Uncle is easily a D or an E for me. Like, I understand he's funny, but he's worthless. But Uncle could either be a D or an E for me. I know in Red Dead 1, he's more of like the grandpa figure, really, to Jack at that stage. But in this game, just based off Red Dead 2, he's lazy, he doesn't do anything, and he sings by the campfire. So that might take him to a D because they have the voice lines from the original Uncle in there of him singing, which is great, and it's good vibes and all that. But besides that, he has no redeeming qualities in this game. Until the epilogue.
I don't have opinions one way or the other about Uncle, so I think I'd probably put him at a C or a D, so let's middle ground it and do D.
All right.
Because, yeah, he obviously
Uncle and Jack next to each other.
Was annoying with, like, well, they're both kind of the same. They just don't do anything. They're just there. Like,
two ends of the age spectrum. Yeah.
Like, he's annoying with his lumbago. He's annoying when he, like, will never do anything.
He's your favorite parasite.
He is my favorite parasite. He's not the only one who doesn't do anything either.
No.
Like, so many of them don't do anything. And I don't find him annoying. Like, his lumbago was funny to me. And I don't doubt that he was in pain. So
Ringworm's my favorite parasite.
I had him at C, but I'm
Rats
okay.
with the plague.
Okay with putting him at a D since you were debating between a D and an E. I'm okay with the middle ground for that one. Any others for D?
You are a silly man, Arthur Morgan.
I have a couple more for D.
Yeah, so do I.
Okay. I think D's gonna be pretty full.
Yeah, for me, I can't put Karen any higher than a D.
Agreed.
I know she has a scene with Sean that everybody loves. And she's really not a bad person. Like, as far, like, she helps you with the one bank heist when you leave Valentine, but then you go back to Valentine, which was fun. And that was, I thought, a really cool, like, little main mission, or it wasn't even really, I think that might have been a downloadable, like, pre-order bonus mission at first. Maybe it's available to everybody now, I'm rambling. But, I don't know. It's
Of the women of the camp, she's my least favorite. I find her to be the most annoying. I just don't need her any, like, I don't have any ill will towards her. I don't hate her, but I also just don't care for her. So that's why I would put her at a C.
She's kind of loud.
Or at a D.
Like, she's loud and boisterous, and, like, not that that's a knock against anybody, I guess, but, like, I just personally didn't find her that interesting.
Yeah.
It's kind of harsh.
No.
She wouldn't find that. I can tell you right now, if she was real, she would not find me interesting either. I don't feel bad about it.
Yeah. I think I'm okay with a D because
I'm sorry, this dog is licking me right now, so it's kind of like
Ralphie's under the desk.
throwing me off guard here. I'm like, what is wet down here?
Should we bring him up? Ralphie, come here. Wanna be in a video? Wanna be in a video about cowboys? Come here. Come over here. Come on. You come at her. No, you don't want to?
No.
Okay.
He's like, I don't trust you.
He's like, I just want you to touch me. So I lost my train of thought because of that.
Yeah, isn't it hard? Okay.
I would also...
So Karen sucks, D. Wait, I just... Phrasing. Karen,
I didn't catch it.
Karen sucks, she's in the D tier. Okay, you know who else could go in a D tier for me?
Who?
Pearson.
Yeah, so again, I could see him, like, I just don't care.
That's Bill.
Like,
That is
oops,
Bill
oops.
Williamson.
No, you're right, I'm sorry. I feel like this D tier is just, I don't care. Like, I don't dislike them, but I don't like them, and I feel like maybe that should be C, but, like, Pearson, I liked Pearson when I think it's in Red Dead 1, when you see him, he has his little store.
That is in the epilogue of Red Dead 2.
The epilogue of Red Dead 2, when he has his little store. He's not a bad guy. He doesn't do one thing or the other. Like, he's always, reliable. He's always there, but he's, like, the cook and he can't cook. And, like...
Yeah, there are. I mean, here's what it comes down to for me. There's numerous comments throughout the entire game from the entire gang saying, this dude can't cook. Worth a dang. And one of Grimshaw's side quests is to get some herbs to put into his food because it sucks so bad. So, like, This is your one job and you suck at it, and you're not funny, and you don't do anything.
Yeah.
Maybe he's an E. I don't know.
But you don't hate him.
I don't hate him, but he's worthless. Like, Micah had a point with a lot of these people, if you really look at it.
All right, let's not go there. I think D is fine for him. And then that's it for me for D. Do you have any others?
Yeah, I mean, I could probably put a couple. Well, no, it's fine. Let's go to C.
Okay. So C for me, I would put Kieran. I feel like he's not in the story a ton.
Yeah, let's get that picture on the board.
I think they can already see it. I just like, when he's in it, I like him well enough. I think he did help the crew, like, once he could be trusted.
I don't know. He looks a little lightheaded to me. Maybe you should take a seat.
Oh, man. But I don't know. Like, the only reason he's a C and not a D is because when he was involved in the group, he was helpful and I liked him. He just wasn't involved very long.
He was always trying to I felt like pull his weight and like show and like try to prove he's definitely not an O'Driscoll.
Agreed.
And try to be part of the gang when I think they probably would have cut him loose after a while. And he stuck around. I don't think he had to do that, and he paid the price.
Yep. So I think if he was in the game longer, I could have seen myself doing a higher tier, but because it was just, it felt, even if it wasn't, it felt short that we actually got to know him.
Because his chapter length
cut short.
His chapter length was the same as Lenny's. Lenny died in chapter 4, and so did he.
Yeah, but I feel like we interacted with Lenny more.
You did.
Before Kieran, because Kieran was tied to a tree.
Yeah.
So I could have interacted with him more, but I didn't. So that would be one of them for me.
Yeah, Mary Beth can't go any higher than a C. I mean, she was my favorite of, actually, no.
I like Mary Beth for a B.
Really, do you? I liked Tilly for a B and Mary Beth for a C.
I like them both for Bs.
Oh, you do?
Yeah. So, but we agree with Tilly on a B.
Yeah,
Let's
for
just pop
sure.
her there.
I think Tilly was my favorite woman in the gang.
Her character, I felt like, was really cool.
I'm sorry, my favorite non-action, obviously, like Sadie was the, but like I feel like as far as the group of women that were just always together in the camp, Tilly was my favorite.
But I think it's hard too, because I feel like in terms of, besides Sadie and Abigail, in terms of women of the camp, like, we do the most for her background and her story than any of the others. Like Karen, we don't do anything for Karen besides learn that she becomes an alcoholic. And then Mary Beth, we learn that she's become an author, and we have that little bit at the end, but like, we don't do anything for the backstory. With Tilly, correct me if I'm wrong, we do like a whole side quest for Tilly, right?
So, yeah, well, right. We have to, the first quest you do, you have to save her from the guy.
And then there's more going on there, but then you do that whole quest about the guy. So I feel like that naturally makes you want to like her more because you know more about her.
Yeah, they do flesh out a little bit with Mary Beth if you do those optional dialogues at the camp. You can do them with Karen too, but I think Mary Beth, like, she talks about wanting to become a writer. So if you do that and then you see that she becomes a writer, you're like, oh, well, she did that.
And I like Mary Beth at a B too, because like, she's, I don't know, she's just always very personable. Isn't she the one who you dance with at that one camp party? Yeah. And like, she gets out of that life and turns it into something really good. And she had it rough too, and she made something. So I like her at B. I like her at B. And again, like, you don't really know a ton about her, but I feel like I know more about her than I do Karen. But maybe that's my own fault. Maybe I didn't talk to Karen enough because I didn't really love her. I don't know.
I just don't vibe with the Karen.
She's such a Karen.
That's just what it's about.
Where would you put, I guess let's just go in order now, since we're kind of like jumping all around. Where would you put Charles?
People are not going to like this if you don't put him in at least an A, but for me, he's a B.
He's a B for you. I loved Charles in the game, but now it's been so long that I'm having a hard time like justifying why. I think because he was just always loyal to Arthur, and his character is pretty cool. I don't know, I just liked him.
Yeah, I don't think a B is a dislike of somebody.
No, I agree.
I felt like he was a little vanilla as far as He just seemed so annoyingly good all the time. Like, there was never... Like, he just... I can't even explain how I feel. Like, he's probably... Honestly...
He's just a goody-goody.
He's probably an A, and I'm just fighting it for no reason.
I think you're fighting it because Nashir Dalal's been in a lot since then, and you're just like, he's everywhere.
And it's not even like Nashir Dalal is bad. He is in everything because he's the best at what he does. I'm just so sick of hearing his voice because it's like every game we play, it's like, oh, that's Nashir
Random
Dalal.
NPC.
Yeah.
Main character, side character. I'm going to put him in A because I just don't feel right for me having Javier as an A and Charles as a B. So for me, he's going to go in the A spot. Because I definitely don't like Javier more than I like Charles.
It's your own fault.
Okay, now I am not going to be able to be objective with Bill.
That's fair.
Where would you put Bill?
I mean, he gave me a birthday wish because of you, so I have to put him... I got it. Well...
Okay, but so we can talk about that after. Ignoring the actor, because the actor is an amazing human being. And if you're watching this, hi. Ignoring the actor, just the character, where do you put it?
I feel bad for Bill because, like, he's always ridiculed by Dutch, and he just wants to, like, be, you know, one of Dutch's right-hand men. But probably C.
So I'm going to argue B for Bill.
All right.
I'm separating the actor from the character. Okay.
I don't think you are.
I am! The character, I loved the nuance to Bill's character, and I know we weren't supposed to let that influence either, but like there is clearly so much going on in Bill's character that's like the whole debate on was Bill gay or not. Like the gang is just ruthless to him, and he is still incredibly loyal, wants nothing but the best, is helpful, and it's just...
Yeah, he was definitely excited to get those gilding tongs out to Kieran's parts.
He just, like, the gang didn't give him a chance, and they were just ruthless towards him. He couldn't do anything right, but he was a great asset, and he was the first to volunteer, and he was really helpful. Like, he wasn't a lazy schmuck like Uncle.
No.
So, I want to put Bill at a B. And yes, I don't care if maybe I'm a little...
I mean, it's your list.
Rose-colored glasses there, but Bill at a B. And also, it rolls nicely, Bill at a B.
Okay.
And C just seems too low for Bill.
All right.
Okay. What about Dutch?
I mean, again...
Let's save Dutch for the end, because I feel like he's one people are going to want to see. Let's give him.
Grimshaw I put at a C all day. Because for everything cool that she did, she had the same amount of things that were just annoying as fuck.
Yeah.
Damn it.
And again... I originally, on my list, I had Grimshaw at a B, but thinking back on it more, I think Grimshaw's
You haven't donated to the camp.
I think Grimshaw's only a B because of how it ends, like how she ends. She was so cool at the end, and she stuck up. She's like, no, Dutch, you're in the wrong. This is not our gang. What are you doing? What decisions are you making right now? And she was so cool. And I think because of that end moment, it like rose-colored glasses the rest of the game, where she wasn't super cool. Like she was kind of rude to everybody besides Arthur.
I guess to be fair to her, because I've said this person didn't do shit and didn't do her job. Her job was to be a little bit of a nag to everybody.
That's true.
And like, so she was just doing what she thought her duty was. But I just wish the game was a little bit smarter and saw that I had just put $1,000 in the box, and she didn't come up to me right afterwards and say, hey, you haven't donated to the box.
That's true, because her job was to keep the camp in running order. So she was in charge of making sure like all of the tents got up and the food was there.
I put her in a C.
That's what you said you wanted.
You said you wanted a B.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's your list.
Yeah, but I was saying that I think I had been looking at her rose-colored glasses because in the end, I mean, I'll put her at a B.
Yeah.
Sean. Want me to say first?
Yeah, what do you got?
C.
No way. Why?
I just didn't, like, I loved his character because he was Irish and that was about it. Like, I don't know, like, he was kind of annoying. And I remember he grew on me by the end, but he was like the annoying little brother.
You mean like chapter 3? because that was his
Yeah, but like, you know, I can't
Here's
even like remember exactly. I just remember I never like loved him, and then I remember thinking like, oh no, he's growing on me, and he's, you know, making his way.
The thing is with him is the same reason you don't like him is the same reason I like him, is because Arthur always viewed him as the like annoying little brother, as he says in his journal. And it's just like, if you've ever, like Worky, like if you've ever had somebody like that in your life, it helps you attach to that character more, and then you see him get shot in the face. So
That was heartbreaking.
so that was pretty terrible. And I did find him funny though. So,
That's
like,
true. That's true.
He always, like, he had some pretty funny stories at the camp, and then in the party he was singing, and it was pretty funny.
Yeah, you're right. Okay. He did have some really funny dialogue. I found him annoying, but I found him annoying as an annoying little brother. So, like, I can see why C would be harsh for that. Now, Dutch.
Here we go.
Moment of truth.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Do you want me to start?
Sure.
I have Dutch Vanderland at an A.
So
A tier.
I don't like Dutch. I don't like Dutch. Dutch makes me very angry. I don't think from the time we have joined as Arthur, I don't think he made a single decision that was helpful. I feel like he should not have been running it. What do you do?
He made the decision to go from Coulter to Horseshoe Overlook. That wasn't a bad choice.
That wasn't... That was Hosea. Hosea's like, I know this place we can go, and Dutch is like, okay, cool, we're freezing, let's go.
Yeah, but Dutch had the final call, did he not?
That was Hosea.
Okay, so when the president, or, sorry, bad example, in current climate, or just any climate.
In any climate.
But if the manager let's just say the manager of the largest company you can think of,
Okay.
hires 10 smart people. He listens to the 10 smart people and makes the consensus, no-brainer decision based on what these people give him.
Okay.
Who gets the credit?
The manager would.
Okay, then.
But also, going along with that, he makes 20 horrible decisions that the managers are all saying, we shouldn't be doing this. And he's like, no, I'm the manager. We're going to do this. And then those decisions go, and everything just goes haywire and hits the fan. Who does that fall on?
But what if they just had faith and were to just challenge him?
You're about to blame everybody else for Dutch's decisions?
No. But so here's the thing. I can still like him even though he made bad decisions. Like, my kid wouldn't like me if she just graded me on all the bad decisions I've ever made.
What were the good decisions, though? That's what I'm saying. Like, yes, maybe before Blackwater, he made a lot of good decisions, but from the time we know him, where are those good decisions?
He danced with Molly.
Who he couldn't even stand, and he was horrible to and emotionally abusive towards.
He did emotionally abuse her.
Yeah.
But is it okay to say that I just thought he was cool?
He is cool. He's very dapper. He's very charming and suave and debonair. I don't even know what that word means.
He would be an S tier if it wasn't for all the bad decisions, but that took him down to an A.
What are good decisions he made besides dancing one time with Molly and listening to Hosea to go to Horseshoe?
He shot Leviticus Cornwall in the face.
That was a bad decision.
But it was cool.
But it was a bad decision.
Yeah, but okay.
He decided to go on the heists that went horribly wrong. We're even starting at the beginning of the game with the decision that he made that went horribly wrong, and then tried to blame Arthur by saying, well, it would have gone right if you were there from the get-go. What?
Well, he didn't say it quite like that.
He did.
No, he didn't. He said, we missed you. That's what happened.
Way to dance around the answer to the question, Dutch.
It was supposed to be like, no, that was said in the way that was like supposed to be like, oh, you're the best we have.
No, Arthur was like, what happened in Blackwater? And he's like, well, we missed you. That is gaslighting.
Is it?
That is, shit hit the fan, and like, I'm gonna blame you because I'm not taking blame for it. It was my decision. I was the one who figured it out, but you weren't there. It's your fault.
See, I didn't take that as like, oh, it was your fault, you weren't there. It was
we gotta replay that. We gotta replay it.
I thought it was like, oh, damn, dude, we could have used you. Like, if you were playing a sport and the best player missed the game and he, you go to him after the game, and then you're like, oh, dude, we got smoked. We could have used you out there. It's not like, oh, it's your fault. It's like, dude, you're the best we have. It would have been.
But that's Arthur is asking what happened, what went wrong. Like he's saying, did we have a snitch? He's like, what happened? Because before that, he's talking to Hosea, what went wrong? And he's not getting any answers. So he goes to Dutch, Dutch, what happened? And Dutch's response is, we could have used you.
We missed you.
We missed you. Like it's Arthur's, like what went wrong is that you weren't there. That's what went wrong.
I mean, in all honesty, it probably would have helped things if he was there.
We didn't even have Red Eye. Dead Eye yet.
No,
He
Arthur
literally,
had Deadeye.
he made no good decisions from the get-go, besides going to Horseshoe Overlook, which wasn't even his decision. And then they just progressively got worse. If we're gonna put Micah at an F, in that situation, we might as well put Micah at a B.
So you had, no, okay, so here's the thing though. Micah is inherently bad. He was written with like Star Wars lens of like, I'm gonna be bad to be bad, right? Mm-hmm. Like even when you learn the backstory, he just has done terrible shit all the time.
You're right.
Dutch is not inherently bad. Dutch was in a position where he started getting bad advice from Micah, and then things just kept getting progressively worse, which happens. And it just, he didn't, like if he didn't want bad things to happen, Micah wanted bad things to happen. That's what, I feel like that's the difference is intent.
Okay, true.
And then Dutch got all messed up in the head because he got the concussion on the trolley, and then it was just all downhill.
But also, like, you have, so you're going back to the manager situation. You're a manager.
Oh, we're gonna bring it.
We've been using it the whole time. You're a manager, okay?
Hold on, let me get on your level. You're talking down to me.
I am talking down to you because your idea and your placement is wrong.
I'm gonna look straight into the hearts of everybody watching.
You are a manager.
Mm-hmm.
Now you made me forget what I was gonna say.
Mm-hmm.
Stop it, it was good.
Okay.
You're a manager and you have someone who's been working for your company their entire lives. Someone who you have said is like a son to you, okay? So you have this person who has probably made a couple bad decisions, right? Because they were young. Probably hasn't made 100% correct decisions, but has always been loyal. You've never once questioned their loyalty. Then you have a new hire who's worked for you for, let's call it a year.
6 months.
Even worse, 6 months. You don't know this person from Adam. Is that the phrase? You don't know them from Adam? Whatever. 6 months. And you start listening to the person you've known for 6 months who you just hired from a different company, who is your rival. And you're gonna start listening to this guy. And now, this one who you've trusted his entire life, these are little people in case you're wondering, this one who you've trusted your entire life, and this one who you've known for 6 months of your life, who worked for your rival company, these are the people we know, okay, is now on equal footing with the person who has literally worked with you their entire life, who you've trusted their entire life. And then all of a sudden, as the manager, you're like, no, you're questioning me. How dare you question my decisions? I don't trust you anymore because you're questioning for the good of the gang. But this guy is a booty kisser and is telling me all the things that I want to hear and is a little snake in my ear. And I've only known you now for 7 months, but yes, your decisions and your opinions matter more than this person I've known my entire life. You cannot tell me that as a manager that deserves an A spot.
No, you legitimately just explained corporate America. Exactly how it works.
I did. That's not an A spot.
For you.
For anybody!
Listen,
you worked for a company that basically did that.
Okay, so...
And you got so mad at that company.
Okay, so where would you like him?
I want him at an F.
You want Dutch at an F?
Yes.
For how you don't like him at all?
I don't like Dutch.
Okay.
Maybe I could be persuaded for an E.
So, you can't look at Dutch. All right, let's give up on A. You're not going to take an A.
No.
Okay. You can't look at Dutch and say...
If Abigail and Molly can... Oh, well, Molly, because she was kind of a snake. If Abigail can be at the F, Dutch can be at the F. If she can be on the same level as frickin' Micah, so can Dutch. And if Dutch can't be on the same level as Micah, then Abigail needs to move up.
So you have Micah, you have Swanson, and you have Molly, who are just the worst. right? Can we agree on that?
I didn't hate Molly until we found out that she was with the Pinkertons.
Okay. And then we have...
And here's the other thing. You know, with beyond a shadow of a doubt, if it would have saved Dutch's ass, he would have worked for the Pinkertons. He would have 100% thrown Arthur to the wolves.
I can't talk about theoretical things like that. Only when I bring it up.
Oh. F with him.
Hold on, wait a minute.
I'm mad.
Let me just tell you why he belongs to be higher than an F. And it's not going to be a comparison, because Micah's obviously the worst. And nobody is as annoying as Abigail, right?
Right.
Correct? Only to be seconded by Swanson, who is the most annoying. And then Molly, who is just a rat. A rat. Dutch does not deserve to be an F because of intent. That's all I have.
His intent is to save his own skin. That's all he's cared about since the start of this game.
And he
wants the gang to stay together so he can keep making the monies. He doesn't care about the gang anymore. He wants to be rich and not listen to the law. So he's gonna send everybody else, all his little minions, to do his bidding, but he doesn't care about them. He proves it time and time and time again. He does not care about the gang. He cares about Dutch.
Okay, so E.
Fine.
E for excellent. I just wanted him to be next to Jack in the D tier.
Because he's a... Just kidding. No. I don't even like putting him at an E, but I will acquiesce because you wanted him at an A, and that's the middle ground.
That's not how that works.
Oh, yes, it is.
Listen. I just think you're forgetting about all the good times that the gang had together.
Besides the one party, what?
So you forgot that...
They went on a sightseeing cruise to Tahiti.
Yeah, but you forgot that...
They went swimming with horses.
Do you forget that Jack just got stolen and the first thing Dutch did was round up everybody and lead the charge to go to the Braithwaite Manor by himself and literally started shooting everybody to save Jack?
You're right.
Did you forget about that?
No.
Did he have to do that? Was he trying to save his own skin at that point?
No.
Did he have to go after Angelo Bronte on the gang's behalf? No.
But why did he do that?
What do you mean, why did he do that?
Besides getting Jack back. Like, didn't he end up killing Angelo Bronte? And Jose is like, dude, why did you do that?
Listen, a lot of people were like, why did you kill him? But you steal a kid, that's kind of what you deserve, in my opinion.
Okay.
Get eaten by your...
So he can be knee. That's all you got. Those are the only two good things he did.
Okay. So if I can name one good thing at chapter, is that
not enough?
Not enough?
Not enough. You've convinced me for E.
Okay, because in chapter 2, he has the party.
Oh my goodness! The manager gave us a holiday party!
Okay, are you gonna let me finish?
Nope. Continue.
Do you remember when they had John outside? Dead to rights? You don't, do you?
No.
Chapter 2. They have John outside of the bar. And it's Arthur and Dutch. If Dutch is the man that you said he was and didn't care about others, he would have just went out the back door and ran away. But instead, as he calls it, started spinning the yarn.
You mean kind of like he did when Arthur was being pinned down and he walked in and saw him being pinned down, and instead of shooting the one guy who had Arthur pinned down, he's just like...
Okay, so that was chapter 6. And this, I'm not debating about the A anymore, because I just like him as Dutch. Okay?
Okay.
I know he loses his mind.
Also,
obviously.
didn't John fall off a horse and he just left him for dead and was like, John didn't make it. And then John shows up at camp and he's like, you left me!
Okay, that's also chapter
Okay!
I was naming everything up to chapter 6.
There's not enough.
Thank you. But there are actions that prove positive intent throughout the story up until the end when he is fully indoctrinated in Micah, Cleet, and Joe. Okay? There was a lot of things he didn't have to do that he did. He's not an F.
Okay.
He's not Micah.
Okay.
But he is an E.
Okay.
Are we good with that?
Donna and Domino.
I'd like to know what the chat thinks. We're not streaming.
We don't have a chat.
Yeah, we're not streaming. I'd like to know what the comments say if you would put Dutch, where you would put Dutch, because I think I've laid out more than enough times where he didn't have to do something and he did. Obviously, we know how it ends, and that's not, it's like not even worth talking about, but like, he's not an F.
Now, this would be interesting to do and in terms of like how the characters are written and the nuance of their story. Because this would be a completely different tier.
If you want to see us do all the side characters, we can do that too, but maybe you won't, maybe you will. Let me know. Let her know.
I would like to do...
Don't let me know. Let her know.
I would like to do different ranking videos for this, depending on how much you guys like this. But I think I need to like play through the stream a little bit more to be refreshed with some of the other characters. Because I remember the gang characters because of the gang. But... or if you would like to see this, but for other games, you can let me know about that too.
Yeah, share this in Red Dead places, you know? Red Dead Reddit, Red Dead Discord, Red Dead forums, Red Dead profiles, Red Dead anything. Get us on the Red Dead people map. And just...
Red Dead radar.
I want people in the comments just bickering with each other 24/7 about these rankings.
Fight.
Tell us your
kind.
ranks. Tell us your rankings.
And remember that everyone's opinions are valid, even if they're not the same as your own.
Yeah, like Dutch is higher than an E, but I conceded to keep my wife.
Happy wife, happy life, baby. All right, yeah, so let us know if you agree or disagree in the comments below and what other future tier rankings you would want to see in the future.
I can't stand being shorter than you.
If for some reason you are new to the channel, please make sure you subscribe. Hit that bell button when you do.
If for some reason you're new.
Why would this be the first video they see from me?
Because YouTube recommends
And if so,
weird
I'm
shit.
sorry. Subscribe to the channel, hit that bell button when you do, because it only gets better. Thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I hope you have an amazing day.